There are a lot of good choices out there. I'm not going to recommend any of them. We certainly use several different companies and have switched companies based on changes of rates inside of the real estate market since we opened up Keystone. They need to, whoever you find needs to offer a very streamlined, user-friendly experience, typically for small businesses or medium-sized business. It needs to provide quick online access during off-time hours when these things traditionally come up. And you also need to be able to have access to an advisor in case something does come to term so that they know how to help moderate and how to help guide you through these wickets. We have to stay in our lane. We are not insurance agents. We certainly are not E&O or lawsuit experts. So we need to make absolutely sure that we hand that over to the experts when that kind of thing happens. Now, if it happens, how would you file a claim? What would you do? How would you deal with that? Filing a claim under E&O would probably seem daunting, but mostly because of the stress that you're under, because there's a potential threat in front of you, right? Understanding the process will help you receive the necessary support that you need. When you think that a mistake might lead to a claim, you need to act promptly. You need to follow the correcting sweeps. And if your brokerage is the one that has the E&O coverage, they need to be alerted immediately when something could potentially go wrong. So, first, if it's your own coverage, notify your insurance provider immediately. If it is a brokerage coverage that handles the E&O, you need to make absolutely sure that they are alerted too. Two, early notification. Bad news does not get better with time. So you need to promptly notify those two people, and it's critical to allow them to investigate so that you can respond effectively. Next, you would gather the right documentation. Collect all of your relevant documents that you would think would protect you, or whatever documents are being used against you, thinking that this is misrepresented or this was not included, right? And then get all that submitted. Provide all that documentation to your insurer and let them do their job. The insurer is going to do a review. They're going to call you. They're going to review the paperwork that went over. They're going to tell you their opinion. And you need to keep your mouth shut and listen to the experts. Don't talk them through how a legal battle should be handled or talk them through the excuses of the things that you think you did. Listen to their questions, answer their questions honestly and appropriately. Then resolution, right? The insurer will work with you to resolve the issue through settlement regulations or legal defense court if necessary, if it gets to that point. All of you should have signed some type of mediation arbitration disclosure for every single transaction that you did, meaning that you have to have a conversation with a mediator before it can go to a court, and you'll have to hit some type of impasse that cannot be gotten through before you bother a courthouse docket with this type of thing. And then last, of course, you want to maintain good communications. If you keep open communications during these things, it's certainly going to help your insurer throughout the process to make sure that the transaction goes by smoother. And of course, work with your broker to make absolutely sure that they have headline coverage and understand how to protect you in these things too. First thing that they're probably going to tell you is shut up and stop defending yourself. We have experts for this. That's who needs to be handling this conversation. You are going to slip up and say something with the wrong vocabulary that you didn't mean, or you're inadvertently going to say something that discredits all of your good hard work in the real estate industry because you simply just said it wrong. Now, also, to your insurance company, if you made a mistake, you need to own up to it. The last thing you want to do is run up a bunch of excessive fees to something that you did. If you caused this accident, if you didn't represent something properly and they found out about it, you need to own up, and hopefully between you and your brokerage, you can handle it before it even gets to mediation. So I'll wrap this up quick for you because the last thing we want is an insurance class inside of real estate advisement. Having the insurance coverage is a must to protect your career and the business that you've established. It's your financial stability. Every realtor and real estate agent should understand the common errors. You need to know what the insurance covers. You need to understand how to safeguard yourself against unprecedented challenges in this industry. We will consistently make changes now more than ever. Buyers brokers agreements, broker to broker agreements, all of these things, the timing is important. How they're filed is important. When you get them into your documents repository for the brokerage is important. Agents, quick side note. The second you begin a transaction, all of those transaction documents are legally required to be inside of a document repository that is owned by the brokerage and is accessible by you. You are both required to have copies of all of those documents for whatever that length of time is in your state. If you're not doing that and you're waiting until the last minute so that you can hurry up and just make sure that you get your commissions check, you're failing yourself and your client. And if you end up in one of these scenarios, that is something that will be discovered. What are the time and date stamps on documents? Are things done appropriately? Did you get all of the right transactional documents in place before you listed a property? Did you get your buyer's brokerage or your representation agreement in place before you showed the first property? By you staying informed, by you staying prepared, which is what today's conversation is about, hopefully it will help you focus on how you can deliver the top-notch service, the next level of education for your client, and keep your real estate livelihood secure. This is all about your GCI. If you can't protect that, then you might as well just be handing over all of your commissions to some brokerage that's taken a huge slice out of your work. The E&O Insurance in your corner will help you tackle these challenges. Anything that comes your way, that should be your first right of conversation. Know that you've got the support that you need, and you need to be working with a brokerage that understands the pitfalls of real estate, how to help their agents stay away from those pitfalls, and how to protect them if they inadvertently fall into them. There will be bumps in the road. You are not safe. You will upset someone, and they will come after you for it. This is the protection that you need so you can continue going about your business and let them in to deal with the insurance lawyers. Go ahead and keep those transactions as smooth as possible so that you can advertise how it is the top tier level of experience that your clients deserve. No questions or comments on this one today. You guys are a pretty quiet group. So I thank you. Please do good business, do clean business. We talked about some great numbers last week about how many of you are actually doing deals, and I definitely see that things are picking up in all 50 states. So keep up the hard work. That is attributed to all of you listening and getting out there and just continue the hustle. We appreciate each and every one of you that are viewers. If you are not a subscriber yet, please like and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week and do good business.